going to show you this practice routine called straight pool practice routine. Straight pool is a version of the game played predominantly on American tables, which is when you get a point per ball you pot, and if you pot, you keep going as long as you can until you miss, and then your opponent gets on the table. So this is sort of my take on it as a practice routine. So set the balls up normally and break off normally from anywhere behind the line. And then the routine starts from there. As long as you keep the cue ball on the table, it's fine. You can pot the balls in any order you want. Doesn't matter, red, yellow, 8-ball, any order you want, and you keep potting until you miss. So it's as simple as that, the routine, but it's a great routine because it's going to teach you to work things out, work out your patterns. You have to consider the whole table. If you've got a ball on the rail, work out how am I going to get on that ball on the rail. If there's a cluster of balls, how am I going to develop those cluster of balls? If there's a double that needs to be played, when am I going to play the double? How do I get on the double? All these things you have to consider all the way through the finish. You can't just smash them open and casually start potting the easy balls, because eventually you're going to get to the point where you've got 3 or 4 or 5 problem balls that you can't work out. So this routine, it actually, if you really concentrate and take it seriously, it can really help improve your patterns and your thinking around the table. So it's a great little routine. As I said, give yourself a point for every ball you pot. If you clear all 15, pick the white up, bring it back behind the line, rack them up again, break off again, and as long as you don't pot the white, you keep going, and see how far you can get. If you do 2 racks, that's 30 points, and then you keep going, see how high you can score. I'd love to hear some of the high scores as well. Let me give it a go myself and see if I can do at least 1 rack. Well, I managed to get there, cleared the table. I was actually blessed and really fortunate that I actually hit a really good break, and they opened up really nicely. I didn't have any balls on rails, I didn't have any clusters that needed to be developed. I just had to come up with a really good pattern and work my way through the table. So it was a little bit fortunate on this occasion, but that doesn't mean I took it easy. I didn't just pot and pot and pot and pot. I worked out my finish. I knew what I was trying to do. I was always playing in specific ways to try and clear a certain ball to make sure the next ball goes, and take them in an order which was going to make it simple all the way through. I made a decision to clear the bottom half of the table first, then I was going to come up the top half of the table where they were actually laid out really nicely for me. Even though I'd made that decision, I was still, when I transitioned from the bottom half to the top half, I just left it a little bit short, had to play a better pot than I wanted to, and even my last positional shot was a little bit short and I had to pull out a better pot than I wanted to. But these are the things that I had to think about through the finish, and I didn't just pot the obvious ball. I worked out my whole finish, and I was always working it out and evolving that finish as I was going along. And that's what this routine does. It really, you'll be surprised, it looks simple, but you'll be surprised at how much this routine really helps you work on your patterns and your thought process. So really, if you try this routine, really give the consideration, your thought all the way through it, because it will really help improve your thought process and your pattern play, and you'll be able to take that into matches, and it will help you make more and more clearances. The other thing this routine is it's fun. It's I love anything that's a challenge, anything that will challenge you to score points. So in this case, I've cleared the table, that's 15 points. I'd rack them up again, cue ball back behind the line. Let's break off again and see, as long as I don't pot the cue ball, I continue my scoring. So can I clear 2 racks and get to 30 points? Can I get to 45 points? I love the challenge of seeing how high I can get. And actually, if you do this regularly, then you'll know what your high score is and see if you can beat your high score. And it's one of the things I want to hear as well, actually, is please comment on this video and let me know, first of all, have you enjoyed it? Has it helped your game? But also, get your high scores in. I want to hear how everyone's getting on. I want to hear if you managed to clear the table, done 15. I want to hear if you've managed to do multiple tables. Can anyone get up to really high scores? And I want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, guys. If you haven't already, then please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty more content on the way. So if you've enjoyed this routine or any of the other videos that I have done, then subscribe and you'll get notified when these videos are released, and you'll be able to watch those ones as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.